And welcome guys to another hashtag esports time. Today we're gonna do a short analysis from the game CLG against Team Liquid from yesterday's match on week 6 day 2 of an ALCS. Um, Up until this point it's spoiler free, but now it isn't gonna be spoiler free anymore. So if you still want to watch the game and don't want to have any spoilers, so I would recommend stop watching it right now. And for those who want to see my short analysis on two things that I think was really important in that game and made a huge effect on the actual game itself, you should continue to watch right now. So let's go. So first of all, we have the picks and bans, right? So as you can see, CLG got first of all banned first of all Ken, Annie, Aurelia. Why they ban Ken, Aurelia? Because they are really huge, and Annie as well. They have a really huge power spike at mid game. So as you can see, they are already going for mid game action, and they want to focus on the mid game more than anything else. And of course, they want to avoid strong laners. Annie and Ken are very strong laners at this point in the game. So first of all, these are really smart bans. And of course, the bans for Team Liquid as well are really smart, because Kalista and Lissandra and Maokai were being really solid picks for CLG itself. So I'm gonna try to analyze more from the CLG point of view, because I think there were, like I said, two things that had a huge impact on the endgame result of the match yesterday, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to analyze it, why it got to that point, or what went wrong, what went right. So as you can see, they banned really smart Team Liquid. They took away Kalista's of the lift. That has been a really huge point of the wins from CLG. And of course, the Sandra is a huge flex pick for Zion and Link. Link has been playing it most of the times, but anyways, it's a really strong pick that they can play both. And well, but actually, let's see what they picked, right? They banned strong laners like Ken and Annie are really strong laners. Aurelia has its power spike in lane, but I think when it comes to the laning itself, Ken and Annie can be really more annoying. And I think that Aurelia was more a respect ban towards Quas than by being that mid game powerhouse that they were fearing actually. So let's see. Zion Sparring got Rumble, Xmithy got Nidalee, Link got Ezreal, Doublelift got Tristana, and Afram got Braum. First of all, if you look at the picks, they are by itself really strong picks at their respective lanes. But I see two problems right there. Right? If you see the picks itself, they have some kind of synergy, but they also have some kind of dyssynergy, right? So as you can see, you have CLG a really strong comp towards sieging and poking, because you have the Tristana with their long range late game. You have the poke from Nidalee and Ezreal. That's pretty solid, but you don't have much engage, right? So you have the only really engage that you have is Braum and Rumble mates. So they don't have that many options, sorry, towards engaging at the enemy, or even for peeling. They don't have much peel. They have really solid disengage with the Braum and Rumble ultimates, and solid engage, but they don't have both. So you get me? So if you make a mistake, you can look back, right? CLG to play the way they played, actually, because with the team comp, they wanted to force CLG to respond to the split push by Phoenix Z. So, right, Phoenix Z was really a huge turn point at the game, because he forced CLG to play more defensive, or to respond to his aggressive play style, right? There were some points in game where he just went all in and went ham on anything that he could just to make Link die or Double Lift die or just force them back, right? So that was a really huge point. But until that team fight that we're going to analyze in a few minutes, played actually extremely well. The lane phase went almost the way they wanted. They were building a really small lead from a lot of little things that is really great. Like they were so well on neutral objectives that they could get Drake and bait on Baron really extremely well. And that's a really good thing because they got 3 Drakes before getting a turret, and at the same point, the point that we're going to look right now, they have the 3 1k gold ahead. They are 3-3 on turrets, and like I said, they are building up a small lead, and double lifts can really big, right? So that's really good. It's going actually the way CLG wants. Now, what should he have done before we get to this team fight? Like, you need to remind that actually trying to better up their team fights, right? So their only weakness are team fight. But there's one thing in their comp that I don't like about team fighting. They have only one source of engage or disengage, and that are the combination of Braum ultimate and Rumble ultimate. Opponents, because they're really mobile, they have really solid poke and siege potential, but actually their team fight are mediocre. Why? But why, right? And I would say it's about the combination of picks like Needle and Esri. They aren't bad, sure. They aren't bad, right? They are really good, but you have to play. You can really team fight or engage or. So they have a solid team comp in one sense, but it's not a team comp to team fight, right? I don't see it being really good at team fight because you lack on what your opponent has clearly, and this is the disengage by Janna, the disengage or engage by Morgana, and the jumping Rek'Sai and Zed on your face, right? So Keith McBrief on Jinx could do a lot of damage from behind and not having any problems with the cleanup. So if I think Link or Xfinity had played something different, it could have been completely different. I mean, they played pretty well. I don't want to say that until the point I'm gonna talk to. Played extremely well by doing really great job by playing their champions correctly. They went really well into the game, but they shouldn't have team fight right there. That's what I want to say. They should have grouped and forced the siege. And peeling off and poking and let Rumble happens at this point in time. So I'm gonna try to. Okay, it's not working that well, so we have to watch it that way. I hope you can clearly see it. Or wait, I'm just gonna take my share out so you can see the minimap. So let's look at the situation. They are grouping as admit both teams, and as you clearly can see, Double Lift and Link are just wanting to push the wave, and Zion's still up there. So where's Morgana? Right here. Here's Morgana. So she is in split pushing. Same goes for Zed. So let's first of all.
So he doesn't have the Blade of the Ruined King active. He could have.
So sorry for the zone. So pretty much stunner right now. yeah. So they're just poking themselves, and nothing really happens. So CLG goes there to clear a ward, get some vision down. So they're trying first of all to bait them. So it clearly doesn't happen. Team Liquid is not interested. They just want to get the mid turret. So CLG goes out there and try to pressure them. So there you see. There's the engage, zoning everyone out, but Dominate get to the double lift he wanted, and Quas and Phoenix can join him, so that Keith can actually just clean up in the back. So let's see what happened. I think I can make some. I can adjust so it's really a bit slower. Let's see and acquire of the speed. So you see X-Special's warring just to get vision. CLG is being forced out of the situation, so they have to come out, and their bait is of course not working. So at this point in time, CLG has a huge power spike by their itemization, and they're, in my opinion, a bit in front, a bit ahead, simply because the Liandry's is finished in Rumble, for Rumble, and the Trinity Force and this Muramana is finished. So the thing is right now, so see, there's Afro engage. First of all, the engage is pretty well actually, but what do you see from here? So as you see, X-Smith is here, Afro is here, so the other three are up here. So Afro can't peel for double lift or link, which is the position right there. That's the one thing. Phoenix, who would be the one of the most interesting targets to stun or to hit with the Brown ultimate, is currently black shielded while he's casting the ultimate. So isn't that huge of a problem, because our dear Keith even have flash to join the fight if he wants to flash up here to the currently fight position. So let's see what happens right now. So the ultimate's casted. You can right there see that Phoenix just Science Sparring is beautifully lined with the Afro Brown ultimate, but that doesn't help anything. Why? Because it's first of all not hitting anything, but it's just zoning Janna actually. But since you can see that Keith is already out of range of it, Quas is already joining the fight, and at this point it's over for CLG. They didn't land the two most ultimates for them, and Double Lift and Link are open for Rek'Sai and Zed. So at this point in time, it's already over. As you can see, Double Lift is getting exploded right there. They get IO Dominate pretty quickly right there, at least this. But Phoenix can destroy them, and well, the cleanup is coming right there. As you can see, Keith is already here. Janna is already here. Quas is still is getting out of zones right now, and they can't follow up on anything. Here's the Jinx ultimate, hitting nothing, but he can clean up right now on Afro, and we get the passive procced, so get Jinx right there. Phoenix is still up and can also do a lot of damage still, and X-Miffy will go down because he has vision of him right there from the ward that X-Special just sat there. So that's basically it, why they shouldn't have team fight right there. And what, in my opinion, this team fight made it go wrong for CLG. At this until this point they were winning, but if you have a double AD comp, you actually you aren't allowed to lose, right? So at this point in time, they give Team Liquid the chance they need to get back into the game, and with the AD comp that Logic game played, it's really hard to have a comeback. And I think this was the most important team fight in the game right there. So I hope I could bring some insight and what went wrong right there in the game yesterday, and also entertain you by bringing up a few things that you might didn't have noticed. And if you like the video, of course, let's subscribe down there, give a thumbs up, and don't forget to first with pictures, we share arts.